We are very confident, and I know we are very confident about our under-20 girls team as they head out to Ethiopia for their qualifiers, and we are very confident that they will deliver for this country. We have taken enough steps as a federation to ensure that they are well prepared. We want to also take this opportunity to thank the government of Kenya for all the support through, of course, His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and the Cabinet Secretary of Sports, Salim Vuria, for the support that they have extended to us over the last couple of months, which have been invaluable in terms of developing football at the national level with the national teams. As we prepare for more competitions, especially coming at the backdrop of the successful CHAN, it is my hope and of course our expectation that we will get more support from the private sector, that we will mobilize more support from other stakeholders to come and help the federation and by extension our youth realize their full potential. And I know there's thousands and thousands of young footballers out there who are looking up to the federation and looking up to the leadership of football to be able to create a platform for them to thrive in their beloved sport. So my commitment and my office and my regime and this particular administration is to provide that enabling environment that will see the successful development of football right from the grassroots all the way to the national level and to the international stage as well. I know we have a lot of work to do in terms of developing our local leagues and competitions, and we are putting everything in place right now. And I want to urge Kenyans, this obsession that we have with foreign leagues, it's about time we now started putting support and effort into the local leagues. Kenya Premier League is a big league now, and with a new sponsorship on board. I want to ask all Kenyans to rally behind our Kenya Premier League, to rally behind our Women Premier League, to rally behind the NSL, the WNSL for women as well, the youth competitions that we are going to launch very soon, the county leagues as well. Please take ownership. Please be part of this renaissance. Be part of this journey. Be part of the solution. Mimi naona Wakenya wengi kila wakati weekend ni sijui ma foreign leagues tu, you know, and you forget we have our own to develop. And I know we are struggling with infrastructure hapa na pale, but the president has committed. We are building over 30 stadiums. We are building, you've seen the financial commitment that the ministry is putting in, the private sector that are coming now on board. Recently you saw SportPesa. You've seen Azam is still with us. You've seen we are trying to, we had an engagement with over 50 private sector companies that are willing to support Kenyan football. Kwa hivyo tusiangalie Wakenya kila wakati ni kusupport ligi zingine na tunasahau ya kwamba tuko na ligi yetu hapa Kenya ambaye tunaweza kuimarisha, tunaweza kuiboresha, na hawa wachezaji wa national team wote wanatoka katika hizi ligi. Majority, if you ask the players today which clubs they play for, they come from the local leagues. 90% of the players come from our local leagues here. So why can't we rally behind the leagues, behind the competitions that are at the grassroots level? So my request is that we look at our Kenya Premier League and all the other leagues, the structure of our competitions, and get everybody to rally behind it. When you talk about other foreign leagues and every weekend you create banter and you create talk shows and everything about other leagues, you're taking away from the Kenyan Premier League. Put that effort in developing your own. Let's be proud. Now we've shown you that we have good leadership at the federation. Before, people complained there was no good leadership, there was mediocrity, there was corruption, there was this, there was that, governance issues. We are showing you there's better governance now. So come and support local football. This is my rallying call to all of you. And that way we will be able to support the national teams by providing the right talent kutoka mashinani hadi juu. Looking to many corporates to see what they can do for even the women football. But you know, we take a step at a time. So we are also looking at a possibility of bundling the products. So if you support the Kenya Premier League, why can't you also support the WPL, for example? It is a proposition that we are looking at and say that can we get some sort of package that if you support one league, then some of that benefit can trickle down to maybe another league to give them just a little bit of a boost. But remember, sponsorship comes also where there's value, and corporates look for value. So they look for benefit. What are they getting out of it? If you can't show value for a product, it becomes very difficult. So we need to build the value around our products. So for women leagues, we can see the improvement. We can see how the girls are performing very, very well. And you can see, especially the under 17, the youth teams, the national youth teams, under 17 doing very well, under 20. I'm confident they will go very far. So the moment we create this buzz around them, you will see the interest coming in, and that is where you raise money from. And I have no doubt in my mind that in the next 1 year, you will see significant investment into women football. We are going to be very, very deliberate in pushing for the women football agenda. And this one, you will ask us a few months from today, and we will be able to give you very, very positive feedback on the developments we are making in that particular area. I think in terms of sponsorships, you have to look at everything they say is relative. You know, you have to look at the value of the league. What is the league offering as a value? And then I know we have a lot of work to do in terms of building the brand and growing it so that we can maximize again on the sponsorships that we are attracting. But you know, the federation has oversight in terms of managing football, and we are mandated to go into these negotiations and to negotiate on behalf of football stakeholders and also for the clubs. But having said that, the most important thing to note is that we are coming from a point where there was no sponsorship. So we've made a first step. The key thing is to build on it. So from having nothing, now at least we have something. Then how do we build it? How do we grow it? And I think that is the more important question on how do we build value? How do we now work on the structure after the foundation? So the foundation has been laid. We have a partner on board. We have a Kenyan Premier League partner. Let us look at the positives and not always dwell on the negatives. So it is important that we understand that this is the beginning, that it will get better with time. I have absolutely no doubt we will get better with time. Within the next couple of months, you will see other private sector members coming on board. We are already in discussions with a few. So you will see the development in that particular area. And the clubs will be happy eventually. Absolutely. You know, it's interesting that you mentioned this. Merchandising is a very big issue, and we are going to deal with it decisively. I'm happy that you've asked this question, and it goes again back to us being patriotic about our national teams and about our clubs and about, you know, the leagues, the local leagues. So my request to everybody is look out for the merchandise from your local club and support them. But we are going also as a federation to take steps to make sure that we have a system and we have a format that makes it easier for fans to be able to access our merchandise and to access the merchandise of also our KPL teams. This is critical, and it will help bolster, of course, the revenue streams of the individual clubs. So it's a good point to raise. Actually, there are some leagues and there's in some countries you cannot wear any other merchandise into the stadium, like a foreign team's jersey or jersey that is, they have got regulations and they've got restrictions. And maybe sometimes we might need to look at practices around the world and see which practice we can adapt that will be beneficial to us. And they have a reason for doing that. That you know, they only permit the kits from the participating teams on that particular match day. So there are some things we can do as a federation to help improve that situation, but it is definitely work in progress. But we will have a very robust, just to answer your question, since you have already asked, we will have a very robust plan for tackling hooliganism. I In my mind, it's very clear that if we don't deal with violence and hooliganism in football, we cannot grow it. So we have to be very, very firm on hooliganism. And in this coming season, we will be very tough on clubs and on fans who perpetuate this intolerable culture of violence and hooliganism in the stadiums. You saw during the last competitions of CHAN, families came to the stadiums, people enjoyed themselves, the ambience, you know, and that motivated the team to the performance that you witnessed. So we want to continue with that momentum. We don't want to let our guard down. And I want to take this opportunity to send out a very clear warning to anybody who will try to disrupt the league or to disrupt the games, that this time around it will not be business as usual. And teams must also put in place measures to ensure that they don't get a few people spoiling for others. So we will not tolerate any hooliganism, any form of violence in the stadiums, because we know the impact of that in Kenyan football, and we will streamline it. So that one I can give you the assurance it will be dealt with.